was younger, I was really into photography. I was really into setting up photo shoots with friends, and I would do their hair and makeup and dress them up and do all these magical, kind of whimsical shoots. I think that was my first taste of wanting to put visual to something. Then once I started really writing music and making music, I was like, okay, I see how the two fit together, and I'm really obsessed with both forms of art. How do I blend the two? So naturally, I just was really interested in visual art. Every time I would write a song, I would immediately see a music video in my head. I knew exactly the story I wanted to portray on camera. Directing is something that I definitely had to step into. It was probably the hardest role for me to step into because I was so shy. What I was trying to achieve with K through 12 was showing the growth from kindergarten all the way through 12th grade and make sure that every song had a visual so that you can clearly see from beginning to end the story and follow along with the character. I had to cover a lot of themes that were heavier. Life isn't just rainbows and butterflies. I think it's really important to be able to express those darker, more real and honest emotions and storylines that aren't expressed very much in pop music.
Say it's love, and I can't believe it. They can't leave me tonight in detention. I can feel your blood pressure rise.
We started the album process right after Cry Baby was released. So we started
directly after.
Directly after.
While you were on tour.
Yes, when I was on tour, we were able to kind of mesh our creative process together, or like our writing process. While he worked on, the drums, I would be in the corner working on the lyrics and melody, just like trying to find melodies and singing whatever melodies naturally came out.
And all of the songs, it's so cool how they worked out like that, where they really feel like you're growing through.
And we didn't even plan that. We wrote all the songs completely separately, and then at a certain point I was like, I really want it to go from kindergarten to 12th grade.
Every song has specific sounds to the subject of the song, so that it feels like a movie while you're listening. We designed every song. We're like, okay, what's this song called? Classify. Okay, let's find
like sound
songs
design
from the classroom.
Yeah, exactly.
Or like the ruler hitting the table.
The teacher gave me notes to go out.
Writing things down.
The sound of the engine turning on.
Yeah, the bus, the door opening on the bus, and the windshield wipers.
Yeah, all of those sounds.
All of it, just made them all into like, they're the drums, basically. It's like kick, snare, and then maybe a hi-hat, and then a bunch of weird sounds like that.
I tried to make you listen, but you want it your way, right?
I'm so excited about that stuff. I feel like that's special.
It is very special, and also the way we went about it was so natural. We were just like finding these sounds as we went, and I would just write down these titles that fit in with the theme of school, and I would just pull whatever title fit the sounds that we were finding in that moment, and it really just, everything just worked out so well. Creativity isn't something that, you can just like pull out of your ass, you know what I mean? Like it takes like being in the right environment and feeling comfortable enough to even receive that information, especially like for me, because like the way that I write is like so, it's almost like an out-of-body experience. I'm almost like not even there, I'm just in it and it's all a blur.
Too high up. We need to jump right now. On the count of 3.
If we jump, we'll die. Your death is irrational right now, Ben. Either we die in a few minutes, or we attempt to live right now, okay?
Afterwards, we'll listen to it and be like, did we just fucking make
Yeah.
this song right now?
Same.
Like, it's just all a blur, and then we're done.
Yep.
And then we listen to it and we're like, oh my God.
We're like, what?
What? Like, yeah.
And then we listened to it 8 million times in the car on the ride home.
Yes, literally. The minute that I finish writing the song, I can immediately see the video. And if I can't see the video, I usually don't use the song. I think with audio, it's nice to be able to just get that one sense, but to add the visual, you're adding another sense, and that helps people experience the story at a deeper level. With K through 12, I had such a clear vision of what it is that I wanted, down to, you know, the wardrobe and what I wanted the characters to be like.
Hi, I'm Maggie Badzina and I play Kelly.
Hi, I'm Megan Gage and I play Celeste.
Hello, I'm Zanette and I play Magnolia.
Oli, I'm Cian Moreno and I play Fleur.
Hi, I'm Emma. I play Angelita.
Hi, nice to meet you, ladies.
Welcome!
As an actor, when you're approaching a character, you don't want to think about all the things that are bad about her. And although Kelly does a lot of things that are not kind, it's out of a place of insecurity.
Exactly.
Stop. Don't interrupt me.
The way that she responds to situations, it's a defense mechanism.
Why are you touching her?
We were all probably like a piece of shit at some point when we were in middle school or high school, you know what I mean? Like, just being a teen, emotional, moody. I thought it was really important to have that natural emotion, and that's really hard to express on camera, especially because you're just like, okay, camera's on, and you're just like, oh, now I have to go into this.
I felt a lot of similarities to Fleur, especially when I was her age. I was going through a transition in my life, and I was picked on a lot for not looking a certain way or not being a certain way, and really felt where she was coming from in that way. Well, I was actually really worried about playing a character with an eating disorder because I really wanted to depict it in a way that was respectful and honest, as well as to not glorify it.
Extremely overwhelming when everyone around you is making you feel like you weren't good enough.
I have to thank you endlessly for, wanting a trans woman to portray a cis woman. It was my dream, honestly.
I love Celeste. She was very solid, very sturdy. I appreciated being able to revel in the fact that she gets to be unapologetically type A.
Does no one listen to me? Guys, the ball is floating away.
I feel like I have a Celeste in me, but I'm also trying to play it cool. So I'm just like, I'm not uptight, guys. I'm so down for anything. And that ownership over her personality, I think, is what I appreciate the most about her.
Magnolia is definitely the complete opposite.
Yes. Yeah.
Complete opposite. I'm the one that's like, come on, let's just do it kind of thing. Pure-hearted,
Absolutely.
loving. Oh my God, I love
Goofy,
seeing her.
silly,
It's
very
me.
lighthearted.
in so many
ways.
What's that?
I think it's a love letter. A love letter from who?
I had a lot of fun playing Angelita. She was a slight version of my online persona, Alita.
Absolutely, yeah.
So it was I got to actually bring her to life. She was just such a strong, bit dark, So it was fun. Just a little. Just a very, great friend for Crybaby
Absolutely,
during this whole part.
really Crybaby's a rock to lean on. You ever wonder who we were to each other in a past life?
Oh, for sure. Probably had hundreds of lives together.
This was my first film. To be able to push myself past those boundaries of showing so much emotion in front of a crew. I didn't think I was going to be able to do that.
Yeah.
But then with the help of you, I just overcame that and pushed myself.
It was super important to put all of my anger out on camera because that was the exact emotion we needed to display. I would yell really loud right before she was doing the knife. Yeah, the knife trick.
For me, just having that female camaraderie felt so wonderful and so empowering, so enriching. For me, I love the strawberry shortcake video, just the metaphor of boys being sharks that can smell blood in the water, and as soon as a woman can bleed, she's raw meat ready to consume. And just that hit me on such a deep level. Just because people think you're sexual, you are sinful. And And I think that that's a really important thing to talk about, because the female body is the female body no matter what, no matter if you think it's sexy or not. It shouldn't be my fault that you can't take it.
You and I work so well together because when I do hear your music and when I get the narrative, I do start to visualize with hair. And that was the first thing that I thought of when I heard Strawberry Shortcake. And then I heard you were going to be on top of a cake.
Yes.
And
it was like the perfect whipped cream on the top.
It's over.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like you
for
have
sure.
to have this hair.
Yeah.
And that was one of my favorite moments of shooting the whole movie because we had talked about it for so long.
Yeah.
And I was watching the playback and I literally had tears.
That's my bad, no one's holding on to grab. Now the boys wanna taste of the strawberry shortcake.
You'll usually send me a PDF of references for what you're thinking in general. The net is so wide of what it is that you cast as far as references goes. Oftentimes I'll look on the PDF and right next to a reference from the 30s will be a reference from the 1700s. I have to distill everything down and make it visually fit into the world that we've created for Crybaby.
I think it's important as an artist to either share your own personal experiences of how you internalize things, how you feel, or the world around you, or the world that you're trying to create. Intuitively, I felt like it was my purpose in life to talk about subjects that were heavier, but that were important to discuss through music, because music is like therapy. It can not only receive a lot of healing by listening to music, but also creating music, just like any other art form. My goal with making the film was to show how school can act as a parallel for life, and at the end of the day, I'm really happy with K through 12, and I put my all into it.